Assalamu alaikum. Okay, in the last class, we learned how to stack elements against each other, whether horizontally or vertically. So with that, we were able to create this national flags. So now we're going to talk about positioning elements on a web page, as in being able to move the elements around. We've learned how to align. So we're going to learn about how to place an element anywhere on your web page. So to do this, we're going to be using these four attributes. Top, which references the position of elements from the top of the page or from the top of a reference element. We're going to be using left, which positions from the left. I'll demonstrate all these with an example. We're going to use bottom, we're going to use right. Okay. There are three position types that you need to know that are affected by the top, left, right, or bottom attributes. These position properties must be set either to relative, absolute, or fixed. When your position is set to absolute, your reference point is the closest positioned ancestor. What I mean by an ancestor is that when you have an element within an element, the one that is inside is a child. The one that is carrying the other elements is a parent. I will demonstrate in the when I'm coding for you to see it. So all I just need you to know is that when you position an element with absolute, it takes its reference from the closest ancestor, or if there's no ancestor, it takes it from the viewport, which is the screen. When an element is positioned relative, it takes its reference from its normal position. The normal position is a position that if you didn't set anything, the position it will normally be in. If an element is given a position fixed, it takes its reference point from the viewport. By the viewport, I mean the screen, your display screen, and it stays in the same place even when the page is scrolled. Okay, so we're going to use all these attributes to create this grid we are looking at, and so I'm going to start working on that now. With that, I'll be able to demonstrate some of these properties and attributes. Okay, first of all, I'm going to explain what ancestors are, what a parent is, what a child is. So let's say we have a div box with a ID. I'm going to call it great grandparent. We have a box like so. So now if I put another box within this box, I'm going to call this grandparent. Yes, we know that the grandparent is a child of the great grandparent. So this grandparent is a child of the great grandparent. This yellow box is a child of the red one. The great grandparent is a parent of the grandparent. And you will get it. So if I put another box inside the great grandparents, I'll call that parent. The parent is a child of the grandparent. The parent is a grandchild of the great grandparent, but we use a general name for that. we call grandparents, great-grandparents, ancestors. So to the parent, the grandparent and the great-parent are his ancestors. So to this blue div, the yellow box and the red box are his ancestors. To the yellow div, the red box is his ancestor while the blue box is his child. So again, if I put another box inside the parent, I call it child. This child, the blue div, the yellow div, the red div are ancestors to this brown div box. To this blue box, the brown box is his child, while the yellow and the red boxes are his ancestors. So I hope this is clear enough and you understand what we mean by ancestors and by child or by parent. So if I set this brown box to absolute and I set the blue box to absolute, the brown box is going to take its reference based on the blue box where it is in, based on the blue div. If I set the brown box to absolute and I set the yellow box to absolute and I do not set any property for the blue box, the brown box is going to take reference from its closest ancestor with a property set. So that means it's going to take its reference from the yellow box. So let me demonstrate the top and bottom properties. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the bottom left, bottom and right property using the child element as the reference. So first of all, I'm going to comment this out. It's just a way of removing. Well, let me just remove it so that you don't get confused. I'm going to remove this margin so that this child box hugs to the borders of the parent element. That will help us to see how the reference is working. So I'm going to give it a top property of 10 pixels. What that means is that there should be a distance of 10 pixels between this element and its next parent from the top of it. You will see how that works. I'm going to give another property of left that it should give a distance of 20 pixels from the left from this place. So far nothing has happened. Okay, that's because I've not defined any position. I've not defined whether it's absolute, is relative or fixed. So now I'm going to tell it to work as an absolute. And when I do that, we see that this moves up. Now, why is this moving up? I do not have any ancestor of child that has its position property set. If we look through, parents doesn't have, parents is this blue div, it doesn't have any position set. Grandparents doesn't have, this yellow div, it doesn't have any position set. And the great grandparents doesn't have. So because none of its ancestors have a position set, it's going to take reference with the screen. The screen is the page that is showing. So if you check, if I want it to hug directly on the screen, I'll tell it that from the top, put a distance of 0 pixels. And we'll see it hugs directly to the screen. If I want it to hug to the left side of the screen, I will say from the left side of the screen, give it a distance of 0. And it hugs right on the left side of the screen. What if I wanted it to hug to the right hand side of the screen? It's the same concept. I would say give it a distance of 0 from the right. And it hugs to the right side of the screen. What if I wanted it to say have a distance of 0 pixels from the bottom? Same concept, I will choose bottom, and then it goes right to the bottom. Now note that you can only use either top or bottom. You can't use top and bottom at the same time. The reason is obvious. You can't use left and right at the same time. You can use either left or right. Okay, so now I don't want to take my reference from the screen. I want to take my reference from the parent. So all I need to do is define the position property for the parent. I can define absolute. And now you see that it hugs to the bottom of the parent container. I can say that it should go to the left, and still it's going to take that reference from the parent. Even if I made the parent a relative attribute, it will still be the same thing, as long as the position is set. Whether I make it fixed, it will still behave the same way, as long as the position is set. So let's assume that the parent doesn't have the position attribute set, and let's assume that it's the grandparent that has it. Now see that the child element moves with reference to the grandparent, which is the yellow box. I hope this is illustrative enough for us to understand how absolute is. It's not only 0, you can actually place this almost anywhere. I can say move from the bottom to 30 pixel up. Okay, I want it to go further up, so I'll say 60. Okay, not high enough. Let me go 150. Okay, high enough. So I can now say that move from the left hand side, give another space of 30 pixels. It moves not far enough. I can say I want it to be 80 pixels. Then it moves almost to the center. So I can center this box anywhere. I can put this box anywhere simply by manipulating these properties. It's not only the child element I can move the parent as well. So I can give it a position, absolute, and say I want the parent to move 10 pixels from the right, 20 pixels from this. Now you see the entire parent box moves with reference to the grandparent, because the grandparent has a position attribute set. I hope this is explanatory enough, and then you understand how to move with these properties. So one more thing I would show you is the relative property, but I'll take that in the next video.